Last week on the Lazy Scrapbooker Under Pressure, I sorted photos and memorabilia into 26 different Power Simple pockets, one for every year starting 1999 and ending 2024. Then we found more stuff while I waited for my 334 photo prints to arrive.
Hi, I'm Donna Guest, the Lazy Scrapbooker and Creative Memories Advisor. Join me as I plan, organize, and create a scrapbook to celebrate my husband's 25-year career in the fire service. And I've got just 2 months to do it.
Now, let's see what happened this week in episode 2. Week 2 got off to a rough start. I was sick for 3 whole days. Then I had to jump into preparations for my Fast Page February online event. Then it was time for us to go out of town for the weekend. I was at least going to make the most of that time in the car.
So this morning we're traveling to Athens for the weekend, and so since I'm losing a whole weekend to work on the album, I've decided to make the most of the time and try to work with Jeff while he's driving to get a list of one of my action items, which was getting a list of possible topics or sections for the album. We got one. It's not off to a great start. We got one, and then my pen ran out of ink. It's a little hard to think of them. I think I'm just tired. Okay, that got easier as we kept going, and I did come up with Jeff's help with a full page here of different section ideas. I did learn that he kind of likes the idea of not being completely chronological and having things in sections more like a book. I think he thinks it'll be more interesting, and I agree with that. Like different newspaper clippings and photos from fires and calls. We're going to put a section, fires and calls, things that those can all go together instead of just making it chronological. Also, he did come up with a much better name for the section that I like. He's got several pictures from just really bizarre calls. No one was hurt, but where cars were in just weird places. I wanted to call it, how did they manage that? He changed it to, you don't see that every day, so that's nicer. Also, we're going to include the photos of when he went to Nathaniel's preschool when Nathaniel was just 3 and did his friendly firefighter presentation for the children. And I wanted to call it the cutest thing I've ever seen, but that got vetoed, so we're calling it friendly firefighter.
I perform with an alumni group called the Golden Dogs at my alma mater, the University of Georgia. And we had 2 days of basketball games. It was so much fun and definitely worth a weekend away to spend with friends and my family. But it didn't help me catch up after being sick for a few days. But fortunately, I knew my 334 photos would be delivered while I was away.
After getting home for the weekend and getting laundry started and all those things that you do when you get home, I'm finally getting a chance to unpack my orders, and I think they're finally here. Let's see. There they are. Oh, no, that's Las Vegas. Hang on. There they go. Fire department. My photos are here. Wonderful. So now I know what my next step is. Here we go. That's 334 photos. 334 photo prints right there. If you've never ordered Creative Memories prints, here's a look at how they come. They come in these little plastic boxes of 50. I have 7 of these boxes, and it prints the name of your project that you listed when you order the photos on the front, and it should be printed on the back of the photos as well. And here's what I was talking about with our prints. First of all, I do love the quality of them. They only come right now in matte finish at this time. We've done glossy before, so I know they're looking at maybe offering both. But on the back of the print, you will see the name of the project, and then you will see the date of the photo and the time of the photo. I love this. Now, that's, if you scan something, it's just going to be the date it was scanned. That's not going to be part of it. Also, the other times that this won't print is if you print to fit on the screen. For example, let me find one. Here we go. This photo that was very wide, and I wanted the whole thing because it was absolutely beautiful. Pretty sure somebody else took this and not me. So on the back of this, you don't get that wonderful date there. So for these photos that don't have the date on back, it's the photo labeling pencil, and that's okay. Oh, and looking at these pictures, I just figured out another item for the list of categories or sections in the scrapbook, so I'm writing that down. Oh, I love this photo. It was a Post-it notepad he had in his locker where he'd keep the number of months on there until his retirement. He would pull one off at the beginning of each month. Here he was at 15 months until retirement, which is probably when I should have started working on this album.
So I continued on writing a date on the back of the photos that did not include a printed date. To find it, I just look for the photo in my organizing software and pull the date from there. I'm having to look at the back of all 334 photo prints. Box by box, I go through all 7 of them.
Now, this picture I just came across, the date on the back says June 4th, 2014. Now, he's wearing his rookie school helmet, so I know for a fact this is when he was in training, and it is 1999. I don't know why it says 2014. All I can guess is that this is probably a scanned photo, or maybe it, you know, it's kind of fuzzy. It could be a photo of a photo, something he saw at work and said, oh, that's cool, let me take a picture of that. I don't know. But, so that's why the date's coming out wrong. It's not a problem with the photo printing. It's something on our end, of course. So the fact that this is wrong by 15 years is going to make me question just about every photo in here, but I'm going to have to let that go and just know that maybe this is a one-off here. So I've written 1999 on the back of that, and we're just going to keep going. Not much rattles me with scrapbooking, but a wrong date, that'll do it. October 25, 2001. I'll go with that one. I've got a new appreciation for those printed dates. Best photo ever. It was in the paper, and I had to pay $100 to get the digital rights of that. Worth it. You see the stack right here? I'm almost done, but way down here towards the beginning where I started, there are some photos from what's called a friendly firefighter presentation, where he went to my son's school for the second time, and it was with a younger class of kids, but we've just figured out the date on these is wrong. The date in the computer is wrong, and we don't know how. So we're both just questioning all the dates now. I'm really, really worried about this. No, it's going to be okay. The date is not the biggest deal, but it's way later than it really was in reality. So for some reason, the file for the photo has the wrong date. Maybe we downloaded it from someone and it was the date of the download, perhaps. I don't know. But we've got to figure that out. Okay, now I see a picture on the screen that I recognize, and we already have a print in there. It was obviously in here twice. I don't know if I printed it twice. Who knows? But the date on this picture is May 21st, 18. And the date on this picture, the other time it's in the computer, is January 16th, 2013. Over 5 years apart. So I've lost confidence in all of the dates. And I'm going to blame the guy that brought me the flash drive with hundreds of pictures on it that I already had. These say it was June 16th, 18th. Or was it? An awful lot of stuff is saying 2018, like the friendly firefighter, like this duplicate picture here. Here's another one. This is really early on. That guy's been retired for years, and it's saying it's in 2018. Here's one. This says 2005 recruit class, and the date of it is September 13th, 2018. These dates are sketchy. Here's another one. It's dated in the computer 2018, but his helmet says engineer, which he was between 2005 and 2011. Here's a photo that's labeled May 22nd. It's like typed in. He named it May 22nd. So I looked at the data for the photo, the properties, and it says 2018. You know, maybe dates aren't as important as I'm thinking they are. I'm starting to wonder if it really is going to matter. We know it all happened sometime between 1999 and 2024. Oh, I love it when photos have the date of the photo as the, name of the photo. That is the best thing ever, and this is 1923. I'm inclined to believe it. So all of these photos, all 336, they have a date on them. I don't know if it's the right date, but they all have a date on them. So what I'm going to do is organize them by year, but I'm not going to put them in my pockets yet because I need Jeff to kind of look at these and say, hey, that's way off, or close enough. And that's really what we're going to have to do. We're just going to have to accept that close enough and is what it is. And, you know, it'll all be okay. But I'm going to organize them by year, let him look at them. Now he is off tomorrow before he goes back to work. I'm going to catch him tomorrow and make him go through these. And we'll see where we are. $2018. Hey. Hey, off, off. Okay, I have all my little piles sorted here from 1999 to, well, it's 2023 is when they are. And this big pile right here, this giant oversized pile is, of course, you guessed it, 2018. So we'll see about that. So tomorrow I'm going to get the guy that brought me the flash drive with about 3,000 pictures on it. And we're going to go through these stacks of pictures to see what's we know is correct and what may be questionable, and we'll just have to deal with it. But first, I'm going to transfer all these to a table, probably the pool table, so that they don't stay here on the floor, because if I do that, they're going to be scattered in the morning. So today I'm going to get with Jeff on that huge stack of photos to make sure we have the dates somewhat correct. But before then, I'm going to tackle one of the action items I haven't gotten to, which is taking the newspapers and trimming them down. It's hard not to get distracted looking at old newspapers. I don't know why, but it's kind of interesting if they're 20 years old, what you find in them. I'm really finding a lot of newspaper articles that I didn't know existed. Some really big fire calls. Some crazy things where someone backed their car off of a wall. And then my favorite, the Business Association shows appreciation, and they delivered dinner. And it is a picture of my husband eating pizza. So that's going in. Here it is again. The other one was color. This is black and white. They're both going in. Done, and all of this will go to the recycling bin. That feels much better. Year by year, we are going through this huge stack of photos, and it's been really helpful having him here because he's able to look at something and go, oh, I know exactly when that was or what it was, and then we can kind of pair it up with a newspaper article and know the exact date of it. Right now, we're going through the main problem, which was the year 2018.
It's very early 2000s somewhere.
So he has told me this one, and I quote, that's not even close to 2018. I don't know how that got in there. That's early 2000s. So I thought so. So early 2000s, that's all we know. This is serious fact checking. He's actually looking up news articles on Google to find out when something was. I'm pretty impressed. Mission accomplished. We were able to go through all the photos together and get them put into somewhat appropriate folders. We think we got them all right, close enough. And we ended up with this one little pile over here of photos that we aren't sure about. Most of them are just miscellaneous though, so it's not a real big deal. Since I'm planning a big workshop for 29 scrapbookers that happens Saturday, which is now tomorrow, I've not had a lot of time this week to really devote to working on this project. I got nothing done. It's February 7th, and I have done nothing with the album today except for move everything off of the pool table so I could use it to get ready for my crop that I'm hosting this Saturday. So I spent the whole day preparing for my crop and also working on my fast page February with the drawings tonight, and then I need to stay up late tonight to create 2 more videos for layouts for fast page February. So nothing's getting done on the album today, but a girl's got to earn a living. My crop is in 2 days, so I've spent all day today preparing for that. I did nothing again today. There's so many preparations to get done when hosting a big event like that. It pretty much takes up my whole week. But after Saturday, that's over. So I'm looking forward to some dedicated time next week when I can look at everything we've got, write my outline that I still haven't done, and then get ready for my favorite part, which is the power layout. It's going to get done. And thankfully, we made it through that date catastrophe. So I've got about, 7 weeks left? It's going to get done. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week for episode 3, where I'd better be doing a power layout.